Hi, I'm Paula from Happy Yoga Wales, and this is a short yoga practice for anybody who struggles with this idea of self-love. Now, you hear a lot of talk of practices you can do, like giving yourself a high five in the mirror or looking at yourself and saying, hey, you're doing great. For a lot of people, I understand this is a little bit cringy and massively outside of your comfort zone. So we're going to take it right back to the very beginning, the very first step on our journey towards self-love, and that is noticing. So noticing is one of the key aspects of a yoga practice. So we're going to notice today our own self-talk, the words, the phrases we use when we talk to ourselves and about ourselves are so important because they affect absolutely everything. Our mindset when it comes to our work, our relationships with other people, as well as our relationship with ourselves. So we're going to do some gentle movements. This is suitable for everybody, but there will be some challenges in here for you to hopefully notice the kind of words and phrases that you're using towards yourself. So when you notice anything that you're saying to yourself, simply notice. That's the only thing I want you to do today. Eventually becoming compassionate, becoming kind to ourselves, because we're all imperfect beings just doing our best here. So we're going to begin today in a child's pose. So come on down, bring the big toes together and take the knees out just as wide as is comfortable for you, and then crawl the hands forwards, reaching through the fingertips, through the crown of the head, and then pressing the tailbone back. So find lots of length through the spine here. And then just take a big breath in through the nose if you can. And exhale, sigh out of the mouth, let it go. And then notice right away here any thoughts that might be coming up. Any opinions or stories you might be telling yourself. And just noticing, so no need to judge yourself or the thoughts. Just notice anything that's there. And then keep pressing the hips back. We're just going to crawl the fingertips over towards the right corner. So getting a stretch through the side of the body. So physically we're opening up through the heart center, doing a few twists today. And a little bit of a balance challenge or two thrown in there too. Crawl the fingertips back over to the other direction. So again, finding that diagonal line, pressing the hips back. And then coming back through center, reaching the fingertips forwards one more time. Letting the head be heavy, the jaw relax. One more big breath here, inhale in. And exhale. And then inhaling, lifting the hips, coming into a tabletop position. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide so your index fingers facing straight ahead. And bring the knees under the hips. And then inhale, let the belly come down, chest come forwards into cow pose. And then exhale, reversing that, push the ground away as we flex the spine, gazing back at the thighs into cat pose. Taking a couple more of these, so inhaling forwards. And if this is your first movement of the day, just taking it nice and easy. And then next time you come to neutral, just pause in here. Draw the low belly in. This is our first little balance challenge. And then draw the low ribs in so you've got a long straight spine, the chin's tucked in slightly here too. Shoulders are away from the ears and the collarbones are broad. And we're just going to pick up the left hand and stretch that hand forwards. So you could stay here if you want to, or picking up the right knee, taking that leg out behind you. So you might have noticed already some thoughts, some opinions or judgments going on. So you're just seeing what's there. And then reach a little bit further, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, float the hand back down and float the knee back down. And let's do that on the other side. So taking the right arm forwards, pinky finger facing down, reaching through the hand all the way from the shoulder, and then taking the left leg back. Oh, I don't quite have enough room here, hopefully you do. So find that long diagonal line, squeezing into the glutes, keeping the hips level if we can. And then exhale, bringing the hands back down. Just find some little circles of the hips here. Good, and we're going to do that one more time and build on a little bit more. So take the left arm forwards and the right leg back. Good, take a big breath in. And then exhale, squeeze knee towards the elbow. Rounding through the spine like we do in our cat pose. And then inhale, lengthen, float the hand down, but keep the leg lifted. And your foot that's on the floor, so your left foot is going to slide over towards the left a little bit further. And then coming onto that left hand so that we're in a side plank. So you're stacking your hips on top of the other and the shoulders one on top of the other. So just let the left shoulder roll down away from the ear. Your right hand can stay on the hip, or if you want to, take it up to the sky. So reach in long through the arms, through the spine. Now you can stay here, or maybe picking up that right leg. So if the right leg is lifted, squeezing into the outer hip, pressing the heel away from you, drawing the low belly in, nice and strong in our side plank. Breathing in and out of the nose, one more breath. And then exhale, float the leg back down, float the hand back down, coming back into our tabletop position, finding a few little circles again. And then let's take that on the other side. So this time taking your right hand forwards and the left leg back. Find that nice long line. Inhale. And then exhale, squeeze knee to elbow. Flexing through the spine. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, float the hand down, keep the leg lifted, and then take your right foot over towards the right side of the mat just a little bit. You can place the left foot back down, coming into our side plank, again rolling the shoulder down away from the ear, so the shoulder blade is on the back. Maybe taking that left arm up towards the sky, finding this nice long line in our side plank variation. And if you want a little bit more challenge, picking up that left foot. So noticing here anything that's going on. So are you forcing yourself to go into the harder version of the pose? Are you happy hanging out here? What kind of words and phrases are you saying to yourself? I'm rubbish at balancing. Anything like that. So just noticing what's there. And being a little bit playful, having a sense of humour about it. So letting that hand float down, bringing the foot back down, bringing the knees back to your centre. And one more time, making some little circles here. Good. Okay, so bringing the right foot in between the hands. So we're in our low lunge here. If you've got blocks, you can always pop your hand on the block here just to give yourself a little bit more space. And then, in fact, I'm going to do just that. And then from here, we're going to plant the right hand down, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, turn the chest towards the left. So finding a little twist here. You can keep the left hand on the thigh, or you can take it up. And then maybe challenging the balance one more time, gazing up towards those fingertips. Big breath in. And then exhale, float the hand back down. Send the hips back so they're stacked directly above the back knee. And then again, hands on the floor or on the blocks. Lengthen here, finding that stretch through the back of the leg into the hamstrings. And one more twist from this position here. So keeping the right hand either on the floor or a block. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, twisting, turning the chest towards the left one more time. Again, maybe picking up the hand. And if you're wobbling like me, notice how that feels. And then on an exhale, float the hand back down, crawling your way forwards, and wiggle that foot all the way around, coming to our tabletop position. And then bring the hands underneath the wrist before we go into the other side, just coming into a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, take a big breath in. Exhale, push the ground away through our cat pose. Keep on going, lifting the hips nice and high. And then lengthening the arms, drawing the elbows towards each other. Lifting those hips a little bit higher with an inhale. And then exhale, press the thighs towards the back of the room, press the chest towards the thighs. So from here, we're just going to inhale and come forwards into our plank. Oh my goodness. And then exhale, come back to our downward facing dog. Now if this is too much, you could come down onto the knees. So from here, we could just inhale forwards into a little plank variation, and then exhale back into our down dog. So we're just going to take 2 more of those. So we're inhaling forwards, exhaling back. And again, checking in with yourself, inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Is that 2? Yeah. And then let the knees come down, bring the right foot in between the hands, setting up for our low lunge on the other side. So bringing your left hand this time to the block or to the floor, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, turning the chest towards the right. So broad through the collarbones here for a little extra challenge, taking that right hand up to the sky, either gazing straight ahead or up towards the fingertips. And then exhale, float that hand back down, send the hips back, sacking them directly above that back knee. And again, inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, turning the chest one more time to the right here. So we're really wobbly in our half splits twist. So just choosing the version that's right for you. Acknowledging how it feels. And then float that hand back down. Pull the fingertips back forwards. Wiggle your foot around. So the knees come back together. Taking the knees a little bit wider than the hips again. Coming into our child's pose. So big toes come to touch. Crawl the fingertips forwards and rest the forehead down on the mat. And just take a breath here. Noticing how you feel. So checking in with physical sensations, but also really today, noticing the thoughts, noticing what's going on in the mind, and accepting what's there, so we're not giving ourselves a hard time for not practicing self-love. We're just being kind with any thoughts that might arise. Just acknowledging that we're all just trying the best we can. And then take one more big breath here. Exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. And then just crawl the fingertips back towards the knees. We're going to end today just in a seated position, cross-legged or sitting on the shins. And then just reach tall through the crown of the head, roll the shoulders back here, bringing the hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Well, I hope you found this useful, or if not useful, at least interesting. And adopting this attitude of curiosity and playfulness when it comes to our thoughts as well as our yoga practice can be really useful when it comes to cultivating this concept of self-compassion, especially if this is new to you. So stay curious, stay playful, and be kind to yourselves. Please let me know how this went down in the comments, and if you think this will be useful for anybody that you know, then go ahead and share it with them. And of course, remember to like and subscribe, I look forward to seeing you again very soon on the mat.